Devaya Om Namo Bhagavate Sudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Neshtiki Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Caitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantika Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Anvatamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sate Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we welcome everyone and we continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 15, Text 33. We are at the part where the four Kumaras have entered Vaikuntha Lok. They didn't care about looking at the opulence of the 6 gates, which were made of such amazing gold and ornaments because of their eagerness to see the Lord. But suddenly, at the 7th gate, they are stopped by these 2 gatekeepers. And so they are wondering, how can these gatekeepers stop us? Are they imposters? Because Vaikuntha, there is no envy. So are they imposters? They look like, dressed like Vaikuntha Vasis, but how come? What is their intention? So that is what's going on in their mind right now. So we continue reading. I think external energy. Okay, I think we did. Okay, so the Mayavadi philosophers, the impersonalists, interpret this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam to mean that the small sky and the big sky are one. But this idea cannot stand. The example of the big sky and the small skies is also applicable within a person's body. The big sky is the body itself, and the intestines and the other parts of the body occupy the small sky. Each and every part of the body has individuality, even though occupying a small part of the total body. Similarly, the whole creation is the body of the Supreme Lord, and we, created beings, or anything that is created, are but a small part of that body. The parts of the body are never equal to the whole. This is never possible. So what is Prabhupada trying to explain? That in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Mayavadi or the impersonalists, because the impersonalists are very attached to the idea, they're very attached. And so they want to somehow or the other prove that the absolute truth, that Krishna, the person, does not exist. And so they go to great lengths to try by any means to try to prove this point. But because it's not the truth, their arguments are mostly illogical. So now we can see that the big sky and small sky. So we know everything occupies space. Although we are within this big space, each and every one of us is occupying space. Each and everything is occupying space. So then, does it mean that we have become the space? No, we are still individual. And yet we are occupying that space. So Prabhupada is giving a very nice example. The full body is occupying space, and then the tiny, tiny organs inside the body are also occupying the space. But also, although the heart, the lungs, the kidney, the liver, they are different parts of the body. Although they are occupying space, they're different parts of the body. So we are also parts of Krishna. We are never equal to Krishna. We are within his total space that he has created for us. Yes, but we don't become that space. We are still individuals. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the living entities who are parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord are eternally parts and parcels. According to the Mayavadi philosophers, the living entity in illusion considers himself part and parcel, although he is actually one and the same as the Supreme Whole. So what is the illusion of the Mayavadi philosopher? That what is their thinking? That they think that they are the Supreme, that I am God, God is me, everyone is God, you are God, I am God. That is the Maya, that is the illusion. Whereas what is our correct position? God is a person, we are individual persons, we are eternal parts and parcels of Krishna. So this theory is not valid. The oneness of the whole and the part is in their quality. The qualitative oneness of the small and large portions of the sky does not imply that the small sky becomes the big sky. So we, the soul, Krishna goes to so much in detail we have been hearing in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2. So many characteristics he was giving of the soul. Unchangeable means can never change. Unmutable, cannot destroy it, cannot wither, cannot cut to pieces, cannot burn it. So it means our size, our position, it can never be changed. We can never be killed. So we are always going to exist as tiny parts. Whereas Krishna, he's unlimited. His size is unlimited. Although Krishna's quality and our quality is the same, the size is totally different. So that is the main point, which the people who still want to continue to think we are God, they catch this point. And then this is the way Maya catches. Prabhupada keeps saying, even Bhagavad Gita, they say, right, that the last snare of Maya. What is the last snare of Maya? I am God. We are all God. Why is that the last snare of Maya? Because it is our desire to be God. That's the reason we are put here in the material world. I want to be independent. I am independent. I'm the controller. I'm the enjoyer. And so the impersonalists, they continue thinking this. And then they think, okay, I can't be God in this body. But after I give up this body, I will become God. But that is illusion. That's not the truth. There is no cause for the politics of divide and rule in the Vaikuntha planets. There is no fear because of the united interests of the Lord and the residents. Maya means disharmony between the living entities and the Supreme Lord, and Vaikuntha means harmony between them. So in the Vaikuntha planets, all the inhabitants of Vaikuntha planets, they accept that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. We are his parts and parcels. And we have a loving relationship with Krishna. And they are situated in that relationship. And because of that, they have no fear. They have no anxiety. It's like a baby. It's like a small child. When the child is accepting the care of the father, the child has no worries at all. He knows my father is taking care of me. What do I have to worry about? I'm living in my father's house. This is a small child, we are saying. But then if the same child says, no, I don't want, who are you? Why should I listen to you? I'm going to be by my own self. But he does not have the capability. And he goes out in the world. What's going to happen to him? He'll be terrified. He won't know what's happening. That's what's happening to us. That's the reason we are all struggling here in the material world. Karshati, the struggle for existence. Why does it come? Because we are all pretending to be God. We are pretending to be the controller. But in Vaikuntha, there is no such disharmony. And so there's no anxiety there. There's no fear. Actually, all living entities are provided for and maintained by the Lord because He is the supreme living entity. We are hearing in the Isopanisad, the first mantra of the Isopanisad we read a few days ago. What is the Isopanisad saying? The Ishavasya principle, that everything is the property of the Supreme Lord. Everything is the property of the Supreme Lord. And we need to take only what is set aside for our quota. But what do we think? No, whatever I'm seeing belongs to me. And so I should take it and enjoy it for myself. That's where the disharmony comes. So He is the supreme living entity. The Lord, He is the supreme living entity. But foolish creatures, although actually under the control of the supreme living entity, defy His existence. And that state is called Maya. When we want to forget that God exists and that everything is under His control, that is Maya. When we don't want to give Him credit for the things He has given us, when we don't want to give Him the credit for maintaining us, when we think it's because of me, that is Maya. So Maya is actually forgetfulness of God. That's all. It does not have any true existence. It's only our obstinacy to forget God. Sometimes they deny that there is such a being as God. They say everything is void. And sometimes they deny Him in a different way. There may be a God, but He has no form. Both these conceptions arise from the rebellious condition of the living entity. As long as this rebellious condition prevails, the material world will continue in disharmony. So why do people say there is no God? Or sometimes they say, okay, maybe there is God. Maybe, but He does not have a form. He's just some, I don't know, maybe He's just some consciousness, some light, something vague, something, I don't know. Maybe that, but there is no God.
They feel that everything is energy.
Yeah, but why?
There's no God. God is energy. So there's higher, superior energy and the inferior energy.
Who is superior energy?
That's the thing. That's what, but the person is not ready to understand. No, everything is energy. I say, but from where the energy comes.
Yeah.
See, it comes from the higher plane, no? That's
so that means higher plane means nothing, right? Kind of something vague.
What the person, like you say, you are me, I am you. So we are all the same.
But do you know why this thing? Why is this theory there? You know why? Because once we accept there is a God and He's a person, oh my God, and everything belongs to Him. Oh my God, I thought everything that I'm seeing belongs to me. And it doesn't belong to Him. It does not belong to me. Oh, then how will I enjoy it? So it's better I pretend that there is no God. So I can continue.
Why did Krishna and Ram come, in this earth plane? They came as persons, right? So why aren't they understanding?
I'm sorry?
No, see how Krishna came. He came, right? Krishna came.
Yes.
In Vrindavan, he was born and he showed all his pastimes. So how did he come? He was a person, right? He came. So why aren't you accepting that no, everything is energy?
Exactly. That's the point. He comes Himself to show Himself, and yet people deny it. It's like the sun is out. The sun is out, and we say, no, there is no sun. Or you close your eyes, then you say there's no sun. So then who's at fault? Right?
Yeah.
So it's just because the desire, you see, and what happens is the desire is there that I want to pretend God does not exist. And then Krishna fulfills all our desire, right? He is very, very
person
loving.
said to me that in the other interpretation of the Bhagavad Gita, it doesn't say anything as such. They talk about energy. So this Bhagavad Gita as it is not the right interpretation.
But when Krishna is saying, aham bija pradapita, he's saying, I am the seed-giving father. Krishna himself is speaking. And if he's saying I, so he's referring it to himself, right? He's a person, So what happens is, Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, that fools deride me when I come in my human form. So what happens is, there are certain, we are all here in the material world. Why? Because we all want to be God, right? We all thought, why is Krishna God? I want to be God. So we came here in the material world. Then some people start realizing, oh, I really think I'm not God. I think I'm really not God. Let me try to find out the truth. Let me try to find out who is God actually. So then they begin a sincere, genuine inquiry. And because Krishna is in our heart, Krishna makes the arrangement for us to get the sincere devotees so that we can understand the truth. But some of us want to continue to believe that there is no God, because some of us want to continue to enjoy the material world as it is. They want to continue to enjoy. So then, because they still do not have the desire to understand the truth, Krishna covers their intelligence. He covers them, so they won't be able to understand it. But then what shall we do? Devotees, Prabhupada, he didn't leave us alone. He didn't say, oh, you are impersonalist, so you be like that. He gave Hari Nam to everyone. He went everywhere. So whoever is willing to listen, speak to them.
They say if the person is not willing to listen, then we should just
then we
leave.
cannot help. Then
Right?
we cannot help. Yeah. But if somebody is willing to listen, speak to them. And people who are not willing to listen, you can encourage them to chant Hare Krishna. That,
No. Not ready to chant. No.
Oh, then not yet that time.
Energy. No, that's it. This is all, what you are doing is like
so unfortunate.
Yeah.
So unfortunate.
That's what it is. No, I'm not. In fact, the person is like, out loud and tries to put you down, like you are doing wrong. I know what you are doing. So then I think just keep away.
Keep away. Yeah, keep away. Better pray for them. They, if they really like from far away, what we can do is just pray for them, that hopefully.
Because the person said that initially she was also like that, and then she felt that no, now she's understood that nothing, God is energy, and there's no such thing, and and now she's saying, I feel I've understood better. Okay.
Because see, what has happened is Maya is very strong, and our desire to
Krishna covers person.
Covers. And so why is Maya strong? Why is she strong? Because our desire to be here in the material world is very strong. Everything is based on our desire. We are too attached to this material world and we don't want to leave it. So we will think of different ways to continue to stay here. Our minds are very, don't underestimate the imagination of our mind. We can imagine all sorts of things, ridiculous things we can imagine, because our attachment to be here is very strong. So we can pray for them and hopefully one day they can get the mercy. That's why we can pray to them, because Krishna is in everyone's heart. So it's an unfortunate condition. So yeah, but there are many people who are waiting to listen, waiting to hear this knowledge. I gave a Bhagavad Gita, Chinese Bhagavad Gita recently to my doctor. And the minute he held in his hand, He's Taiwanese, local. The minute I gave it in his hand, he said, "This book is wonderful." I said, "Huh? What?"
But
I was, thinking he might not even take it.
And he didn't read. He just held it and he felt.
He was holding it and he was turning it from front to back and front to back. And he kept saying, "This book is wonderful." I said, "Oh, why do you say it's wonderful? What happened?" He said, "This is it's something like the Bible. It has the most important information." I said, "How do you know?" He said, "Yes, I know. Look, this Poche Fanka is very famous. It's very famous." And then you know what he said? He said, "I have been wanting to read this. I've been waiting to read this." So I felt like, oh, wow, amazing, So there are people who are waiting to receive this knowledge, and we just have to find them. So, continue your Yare Dekha Tare Kaha Krishna Upadesh. Because see, Krishna saw that you made an attempt to speak to that other lady. This is what he just saw that you attempted, right? It's gone in her ear. Somewhere or the other, it will help her. Somehow or the other, it will help her. But not her time to fully take it up. But there are many people who are waiting to follow the process, to understand more. Then try to speak more to those people. And don't get disheartened. When we meet, some people will hear us, some people won't, some people will get upset at us. But don't try to irritate people, of course, in humility. But Krishna sees our effort. Result is in Krishna's hand. He just sees our effort. Just remember that. And continue in your nice mood of giving Krishna to everyone. And as you said, that somebody is like becoming too argumentative, then no need, just change the conversation then.
Yeah, because how like some people are very strong, no? And
just change the conversation. And you did your part, and that's all, that's okay then. So thank you for sharing. Thank you. Yeah. So then harmony or disharmony is realized because of the law and order of a particular place. Religion is the law and order of the Supreme Lord. Religion is the law and order of the Supreme Lord. Religion is the law and order of the Supreme Lord. This is what we don't want to accept. That religion is the law and order of the Supreme Lord. We do not want to accept His law and order. Like we are staying in a country, we have to follow the laws of that country. Why? If not, we will be put into prison. So if we follow the laws of God, then we will be in Vaikuntha. We do not need to be in this material world, which is actually a prison. And what is religion? In the Srimad Bhagavatam, we find that religion means devotional service or Krishna consciousness. Krishna says, give up all other religious principles and simply become a soul surrendered unto me. This is religion. So this is what religion is, bhakti, bhakti yoga. That is religion, to love God. Religion means to love God. And how do we love God? By bhakti. Why do we do bhakti? Because we love God. How do we love God? By doing bhakti. So you see, it's both the cause and the effect, the process and the goal. How do we love God? By doing bhakti. What do we do when we love God? We do bhakti. So bhakti is an eternal, occupation of a living entity. So when one is fully conscious that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer and supreme Lord, and one acts accordingly, that is real religion. So we think we are being religious. I am following this religion. I am following that religion. What is religion is we understand that the Supreme Lord is the supreme enjoyer, and we act in that way, that He is the enjoyer. I'm not the enjoyer. I am His part and parcel. And I can enjoy only when I'm situated in my relationship with him. So anything which goes against this principle is not religion. That's why very beginning Srimad Bhagavatam says, Kaitava dharma prohijita. It gives up all varieties of cheating religion. Bhagavatam is only pure religion, no cheating religion in Bhagavatam, no dharma, artha, kama, moksha, only bhakti. Only bhakti. Why? To revive our natural love for God, natural love. So therefore Krishna says, just give up all other religious principles. In the spiritual world, this religious principle of Krishna consciousness is maintained in harmony, and therefore that world is called Vaikuntha. So Krishna is the center. Wherever we put Krishna at the center, it is Vaikuntha. That's Vaikuntha consciousness. That's where there will be peace, there will be harmony, there will not be fear or anxiety. If we put Krishna in the center, it's like watering the root of a tree. When we water the root, the full tree will be green, will give delicious fruits. But if we say, oh, what about the leaves? What about the branches? Let me water each and every leaf and branch and not the root, the tree will die. We won't get anything. So if the same principles can be adopted here, wholly or partially, then it is also Vaikuntha. So it is within any society, such as the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. If the members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, putting faith in Krishna as the center, live in harmony according to the order and principles of Bhagavad Gita, then they are living in Vaikuntha, not in this material world. So this is how Prabhupada is showing us how even in this material world, although we are living in the material world, we can live in Vaikuntha. And what is that? Put Krishna in the center. Put Krishna in the center and automatically we will be able to live in harmony. Live in harmony according to order and principles of Bhagavad Gita. Here, very according to the order of Bhagavad Gita. We have to put Krishna in the center and follow Krishna's instructions. Then we are living in Vaikuntha, not in the material world. You see, what happens is, whatever we are thinking of, that's the state of mind, then we feel happy or sad, right? Now, if we are going to be attached to thinking of the things which keep making us irritated or angry or sad, then we'll continue to feel that way because we are thinking of such things. But if we think of Krishna, immediately when we think of Krishna, we feel happy. Krishna, oh, he's so wonderful. He's so simply wonderful. He's so sweet. He's so loving. So immediately that misery is gone, that sadness, the suffering, we forget it. So the longer we keep thinking about Krishna, his activities, his pastimes, his qualities, the longer we will feel happy. So our own happiness or distress is in our hand. Whether we want to be in the material world or in the spiritual world is our choice. Krishna is giving us this choice. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes, very true.
Yeah, this is something recently I've been thinking of, because my mother, I was like talking and then I was like, oh, I was talking to my mother-in-law and then I was like, yeah, but there's so much pressure and so much work, so many things to do. So she was like, chadda chadai, na? Chadda chadai means what? That because I'm holding on to these things. So that's why I'm getting so pressurized by them. And then I remembered Guru Maharaj always giving us the example that the man is holding on to the tree and saying the tree is not letting me go because he's holding on to the tree. So how will that, so we are always thinking of things which make us irritated, angry, tension, sad. And then we say, oh, I'm feeling miserable. And because we think, if I don't think of these things, what's going to happen? The whole world will crash. Nothing's going to move if I don't think of these things, because we feel we are responsible.
Right.
But just try to think of Krishna in that moment, and the mood immediately changes.
Yeah, when we think that Krishna, he's our protector. So why are we feeling agitated?
Yeah. And then just, for example, at that time, read something. So at least that half an hour, that agitation is not there at all. And so then you're happy for that half an hour at least. And so that half an hour can continue for another half an hour, because after we finish the reading, we can keep thinking, what did I read? What was said? Oh, really? Oh, really? So then we ourselves are increasing our happiness by thinking more about Krishna. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we can try it. And
That's
please
it's very important to contemplate, no?
Yeah. Krishna says, fix the mind on me.
Right.
Yeah, fix the mind on me. He says that. Always think of me. And Maharaj Ambarish, what did he do? First, he fixed his mind on Krishna. Then he engaged his senses in Krishna's service. We were reading a few days ago, Ambarish Maharaj. What did he do? First, he fixed his mind on Krishna. So during the day, we have so many thoughts occupying our mind. And we think all these thoughts are really important, We really think, but if we analyze, not many of them are really that important, if we really analyze our thoughts. And if we start replacing those thoughts by, how is the deity picture looking today? Guru Maharaj always says that, we can do like that. Look at the photo of the deity nicely and then try to remember it throughout the day. Oh, what jewelry was it? Which color dress was it? What color garlands was there? So then for that moment, we are thinking about Krishna. That's samadhi, absorbing the mind in Krishna. That's samadhi. And we feel happy then. So if you're going to try it, please let me know how it goes. I would encourage you to try it so that it will encourage me also to continue trying it. It's all an endeavor we have to do, and like that we can encourage each other to think more and more about Krishna. Or while we are cooking, oh, Krishna is going to eat this, Krishna is going to eat this, somehow or the other, So, yeah, that's how we can encourage each other.
Bobby, shall I share the experience?
Yes, please.
This worked for me when I used to do chanting. So when I used to close, my mind used to go in designing, and I used to get more and more ideas. So my mind, though I was chanting Hare Krishna, but my mind was going there. So it was, I feel it is wrong. I used to feel guilty. So I started to look at the Krishna and the way you told, that time when it should be in the picture, so mind is diverting and we are getting the real benefit. Slowly and gradually, my mind is stopped and now it is focused on Krishna. So you told this idea, so this is working when mind is diverting in other places. I had tried this. Maybe it is wrong or right.
It's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes, this is the perfect way. This is what we have to do. Yeah, when we see Krishna's beautiful picture, how he's decorated, then throughout the day we can keep remembering, because the mind can find pleasure and can find peace only when focused on Krishna. Thank you for sharing your personal experience.
Thanks for allowing me to share.
Like you're putting that, certified, tried and tested. That stamp.
And
tried and tested.
and Bobby, Yesterday you told na, that, about the anger, how we can utilize. Practically, I had tried the anger. One of my, I heard when we are angry, na, our energy level is too high, energy level. And if we are giving the direction, na, so it is working well. When in practically, when I used to get angry, I don't want to give the back answer. So I used to go, once I used to keep away from that situation. I used to go down in the building passes, and I used to chant Hare Krishna, because energy level is too high. If I will say and I do 10 times Hare Krishna, so my mind will be say, oh no. In angry, you say 100 times, 1,000 times, we automatically will, because energy is too high. So automatically, that anger release in that direction. And moment I feel now my energy level is down, my anger is down, so I used to come up. So it is a right way of utilizing the anger also, like in chanting. I have tried, and it is working for me.
Oh, thank you so much. So nice. Thank you that you're trying it and you are confirming it's working. So you're giving us the encouragement that we should also do like this. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks to you. You're
Yes.
encouraging me and allowing me to share.
Oh, nice. Yes. Prabhupada would say, when you're angry, just go and chant. Just chant. Take your japa and go chant. So you are saying, yes, it's true. What Prabhupada was saying is right. Thank you.
But
Yes.
I used to keep away from that situation, not same situation, but that situation. Otherwise, mind will repeatedly will repeat that only, away from that situation. So energy level is working.
Very
वैसे
good.
100 time भी नहीं करेगा ना एंकर में, we can, it is possible because energy level is too high. So 1,000 time we can possible.
It's true. It's true. So then, when we are angry next time, what we are going to do is just leave that situation, pick up our japa bags, and just chant Hare Krishna. For as long as then, when the mind becomes calm, we continue chanting. Okay.
I would say, like, not only if you are angry, if you are sad, if you are frustrated, like anger comes in frustration, and if you are missing something, loneliness, then just take your beads and start chanting.
Oh, wonderful.
In any situation, it helps a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
Very
true.
within 15 minutes, it will be subsided. The negative energy will be subsided and you will come positive. That's my
Very
experience too.
very good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your experiences and giving us encouragement and giving us a direction of what we can do when we are overcome by these negative emotions.
Earlier, I used to get angry a lot. Now I just forget that situation and then I start chanting whatever. Like I start chanting Hare Krishna mantra. I start chanting the stotra, the Hanuman Chalisa, everything I start chanting, and within 15 minutes, my mind comes to normal.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing and giving us a nice practical guidance.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We'll stop here today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premnande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your very nice